if Chris Paul played with a top 5 player, he can win a championship.
But also at the same time, the last we saw Chris Paul was unfortunate. That's the thing. He was great.
He got hurt.
Nah,
what do you mean? He got hurt.
Don't do that to him.
The second year they blew it. Did they not? When Kevin Durant got hurt and Steph Curry had 33.5, they blew it.
Yeah.
They blew it.
The second year.
Yeah, I'm talking about the second year, just the second year.
But
not the first
we
year.
knew that team wasn't the same as the year pre.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the second year. Let me clarify.
I was going to say, because that first year, they were amazing.
The first year was fine.
That first year,
it was everything we had imagined.
That first year, they should have won a championship. And even then, do you hold Curry in higher regard than James Harden? All time?
Oh, yeah.
Pretty easily, right? Mm-hmm. So if Chris Paul played with the guy of Steph Curry's caliber or better, I'm pretty sure Chris Paul can win a championship.
Chris Paul averaged 13 points against the Dallas Mavericks.
But wait, my point is, why is that statement valid to say when he was with Harden and he was the reason why they unfortunately didn't go to the championship? Not saying that he played bad. No, it was because he was hurt. It's not like Harden played bad and they lost because of Harden. Harden was damn good with CP3 together. Together, it looked as if they were going to beat arguably the best team ever assembled, and just unfortunately, he got hurt.
Was Chris Paul hurt against the Lakers because he averaged 9 points?
Do you understand what you're saying, though, right now?
I think he was.
Of course.
Is that fair, what you're saying?
He was.
All right. Just being clear.
In which way are you trying to say that my point isn't fair?
No.
Okay. Did you guys listen to what you just said?
No, we were talking about something else.
Can I just summarize what you just said?
So before you do that, I don't want you to take my words out of context. So I'll say it again. So yes, Curry is definitely seen in a higher light than Harden. Absolutely. Steph Curry's one of the all-time greats. He's arguably a top 10 player all time. But that doesn't take away from the fact that CP3 was a game away from advancing to the finals with Harden. Why are you trying to say if he was playing with Steph Curry, which obviously
you said ultimately it was Chris Paul's fault that they didn't do it.
Because he didn't play.
Because why?
Because he got hurt.
Is that fair to say?
You can't say
no,
that.
but I'm not. No, but I'm saying, why are we trying to say that?
Because you can't say that.
But my whole
they were up 3-2 when he played.
No, absolutely,
they were up 3-2.
He was great, but you're trying to say that if he played with a player of Steph Curry's caliber,
I get what
that's what I'm saying.
You can't. It's just you're wording it wrong.
Exactly.
No, you said that Chris Paul is at fault for not getting it done. No, but he got hurt.
But it sounded as if you were trying.
Not fair.
No, but it sounded as if you were trying to say if he was playing with a player of Curry's caliber, but ultimately he was playing with someone of Harden's caliber who was playing amazing top 5, top 3 basketball in the world, and they were a game away.
Okay.
It wasn't because Harden's lackluster player not playing of equal value to Curry at the time. It was because CP3 was unhealthy. I'm not saying
do you
understand what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying, but it's not different from what I just reiterated. You ultimately are saying that it was Chris Paul's fault they didn't win because he got hurt, which is unfair.
But I'm not saying, and I said that very loosely. It's not his fault because he played bad. No, it wasn't because he played
amazing.
He was
he hit the shot that sealed Game 5.
But Joel, I don't understand. Like the way you're talking, just your tone of voice. It sounds as if you're hearing me as if I'm trying to say CP3 wasn't good. Because that's not what I'm saying.
No, I don't think you're saying that at all.
Good. I'm glad. Because my whole point is CP3 was great. When him and Harden were on together on the court together, they were playing amazing basketball.
To me, it sounds like you're saying that Chris Paul can't win a championship if he's playing with the guy of Steph Curry's caliber or better. That's what it sounds like to me.
Is that how I'm coming across? Okay, is that how I'm coming across?
Kind of losing me.
That's how I'm coming across. Of course, he plays with Curry. He was going to win, but he's playing with Harden, and Harden was still great, and they were a game away.
This all started because I think that Chris Paul.
I don't know what they're doing.
This all started because I think that Chris Paul can win a championship as a second option
in 2022.
Yes,
I don't think so, and I don't think the same.
Now
well, that's different.
If Chris Paul is playing with Jokic, you don't think that they can make a finals run? If he's playing with Giannis, they can't make a finals run, bro.
And you take Drew Holiday out?
Yes. We are going to be giving away NBA 2K23 Legendary Editions to a couple of you guys, and all you have to do is sign up for Boom Fantasy, deposit $10, which is you're putting in $10 to get a $150 game. On top of that, you play Boom, you can double your money with your deposit. So you can make money
40 times with long shots.
Yeah. So if you want to join in the giveaway, then sign up for Boom. The link is in our bio.
But ensure that you guys make that $10 deposit. That's the only way that you gain entrance into this raffle.
And based on who wins, you guys tell us what version you want, the Legendary one, Dreamers Edition, which console, or you want it for PC. You know, it's up to you. But I think that's a great deal.
Maybe we'll go on live on TikTok for the first time.
And NBA 2K23, I heard it's
great.
I heard it's looking great.
Riv, confirm, deny?
Fire.
That's tough.
Just make sure you use our link, because if you don't use our link, we don't know that's where you're coming from. We don't know you're coming from. Pick a side.
Link in the description.
Link description or the bio. Description. Yeah.
Come on, bro. What are we talking about here?
You talk about Drew Holiday. They're damn near only perimeter defender.
Yeah, and then but Drew Holiday is shit offensively in the playoffs.
He's shit when he doesn't have Middleton.
Bro, he shoots below 35% from the field.
So let's just do it. Let's just do a quick hypothetical. We take Holiday out.
Who's better, Holiday or Chris Paul?
No, that's right not now. I don't care about who's better. You talk about if you put him on the Bucks. So let's do a hypothetical. If you take Holiday out, you put Chris Paul against Boston. How did they win that series?
The Bucks are better without Drew. With Chris Paul and not Drew, they're better, bro.
But defense, Drew was tasked with.
Chris Paul is a great defender.
What?
But he doesn't have the size.
Come on, bro. You serious?
Are you serious?
We're talking about a guy who's been a multiple-time All-NBA defender.
But Boston's
Chris
big.
Paul.
Yo, bro, you have to stop thinking he's the same 2016, 2017 guy.
But you're acting like he's a liability.
He can't guard Tatum and Brown.
He's not. But you're acting like he's a liability.
He would be in that matchup.
He's not a liability.
In that matchup, he would be a liability in that matchup.
He's a good defender still, bro.
6 foot.
It doesn't matter. He's been small his entire career. He's been an All-NBA defender.
He's 37 years old.
2022.
Why do you think he's
live in 2022?
He's 37, bro. He's too small for that matchup.
I'm living in 2022. Have you guys forgotten that Chris Paul last year was an all-star level player that was the most important player on a 64-win team in a regular season?
Did you see what Tatum was doing to Drew Holiday? What do you think he was going to do to Chris Paul? Did you see what he was doing to Drew Holiday? Imagine what he would have done if he looked at Chris Paul. No, seriously. You remember the series? I know you watched the series. Did you see what Tatum was doing to Drew Holiday?
Okay.
He was treating him like a little boy. Drew Holiday is 6'4".
Answer me this question. Answer me this question. Answer me this question. Answer me this question.
Let's hear it. I'm really interested.
Ooh, because I'm about to get you.
Go ahead.
Ooh, and I want you to answer this honestly.
Go ahead.
Because I see your face. Answer it honestly. If you swap Drew Holiday and Chris Paul, does the Bucks and Celtics series still go to 7?
That's a tough ass question.
You know the answer.
I'm gonna say no.
I think go 6. Boston wins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boston wins regardless, but I think
I'm under the assumption the series goes 7.
Who wins?
Right? The Bucks win with Chris Paul.
This is just a weird hypothetical we're living in.
But listen, this is why I say that. This is why I say that.
The same dude that just lost to Dallas.
Bro, Luka's better than anybody on Boston. Let's cut that shit out.
Luka's 6'7".
Let's cut that shit out.
Luka,
I'm taking Luka over your entire team.
Who's a better team? Boston.
What are you doing?
I don't know what he's doing.
What are you doing?
Like Chris
Luka
Paul,
is him.
Chris, you gotta. It's just about look at the matchup.
The team
No.
is so much better.
I say this. I'm bringing this up to you because let me just get everything straight right here. I just want to get everything straight. I'm bringing this up to you because the Bucks took the Celtics to 7 games without Chris Middleton.
So Chris Middleton's not in this equation at all. He's not in this equation at all.
They took him to 7 without Chris Middleton. Drew Holiday.
He was not good.
He wasn't good offensively.
If you want it.
Averaged 21 points and shot 36% from the field and 30% from 3. Chris Paul plays better than Holiday offensively, no doubt. So there is a legit argument to make
what did CP3 average?
That the Bucks can win.
Chris Paul averaged 13 points against Dallas. Relax.
He'd be more efficient.
Please relax. He had a 7-point game, a 5-point game. Relax.
And the Celtics have a way better defense.
Relax.
Yes, but wait. There's one. What's the major difference, Riv?
Game 6, he had 5 turnovers and 13 points.
Riv, can we talk about the major difference?
What is he doing?
Does Chris Paul have a guy like Giannis that's taking away defensive attention away from him?
No.
What are we acting like Devin Booker's
Chris Paul is the guy the defense focuses in on. Nobody cares.
Wait. You're telling me the defense focuses on Chris Paul more than they focus on Devin Booker?
No, with Drew. He's talking about Drew. Listen, he's saying they focus on Chris Paul more than Drew Holiday.
No, that's not what he's saying.
That's what he's. No, I heard him.
You
That's what he said.
No, I said this. I said that too, but I also said
What else did you
that
say?
Chris Paul is the guy on the Suns.
They were
that
double
the
teaming
defense
Devin
is
Booker.
focused.
They were-
their
they were-
defensive attention on.
They were double
But it's
teaming
on
Devin
both, bro. It's on both.
You know what?
The Drew Holiday fine.
The gravity of
The
Giannis
Devin
is way
Booker?
more than Devin Booker, bro.
I agree with you, but Arfs, you're not listening to
If
what
Chris
we're
Paul
saying.
plays with a guy like that,
But
come on.
why
bro.
are we pretending like
what are we
Booker's
talking
normal?
about?
Is Booker
It's
normal?
Chris Paul.
Is Booker normal?
He's not Giannis.
Bro.
He's
There's a
not
whole-
Giannis.
Why are
you doing
that?
You're
What do you
being
mean? Is he
irrational.
Giannis?
You're being irrational.
Is he Giannis?
Are you being
Is he
irrational?
Giannis?
He's not
Are
Giannis.
you being
He's not
irrational?
Giannis. But you're forgetting the whole other side of the basketball. What the hell is Chris Paul gonna do in a switch if Jason Tatum is right there? What is he gonna do?
He's
He
gonna
was
cook.
treating Drew like a boy. Drew was so gassed out because he had to go put up the same amount of offensive effort because Middleton wasn't there, and then go guard Tatum and Brown. He had to do that. Chris Paul cannot do that at this point in his career. That's why we're saying that's just we're not saying Drew is better than Chris Paul. Nobody said that at this table. That's just a bad matchup for Chris Paul. That's a big team.
Drew ultimately-
is 6'4".
What
He's
am I
6'4".
saying?
Drew in
Chris
the
Paul's
Drew,
6
no,
feet
I'm
tall.
talking Drew Holiday.
Oh.
Drew in the finals run wasn't good offensively either. He was inconsistent as shit.
But he was
but they had
great
Middleton.
defensively. They had Middleton, bro.
Bro, Chris
We're just
Paul
talking about that matchup.
is
That's a
capable of being
bad
a great defender too, though. Like what are we
That's
talking
not
about?
That's not a
size.
matchup
I know
for
he's
him.
bro. I know he's not Drew Holiday defensively.
No, I'm not even
It's
talking about
the
just Drew
size,
Holiday.
bro.
He's just
It's the
that's
size.
eight. That's 8. No, fuck that. Tatum.
When
went up to
has
10.
that stopped
That's
Chris
insane.
Paul
Like
from being an
6'10".
all-NBA
He hasn't been
level
37,
defender?
but one time
Bro.
in his life. He hasn't been 37
He's still a
multiple
good
times.
defender.
Yes, he's good. But
So hold up. So
if Drew got cooked, what you think he gonna do to Chris
So-
Paul?
so
No,
they
answer the question.
abuse-
I need that answered right now.
So they
If you,
abuse-
You watch Drew Holiday get cooked all series, and you really sitting here talking about Chris Paul's gonna be fine.
So Chris Paul's size is such a liability. He gets abused so often that the Suns they lost less than 20 games last season. But
We're
teams,
talking about the
even
playoffs, the
taller
7-game
players abuse him
series,
so
bro.
often.
That's not what I'm
that they lost
saying, though.
fucking less than
7-game
20
series.
games.
That's not what I'm saying.
Did you
Seven-game
did you
series is
turn
different.
off the playoffs? Did you turn it off?
I didn't turn it off.
You not watch it or you don't care about it? It's just regular season and that's it.
Which is not what I'm talking about.
But this ultimately
Because
all
when it comes to
started.
Drew Holiday, we're talking playoffs. But when it comes to CP3, we're going regular season.
This is we're going in circles right now.
No, I
and
asked the hypothetical.
This is why we're going in circles. Because ultimately this entire thing started because I said Chris Paul can win the championship if he plays with the top 5 talent in the NBA, top 5 player in the NBA. You swap out Drew Holiday for Chris Paul on the Bucks, and it's Chris Paul, Middleton, and Giannis.
Middleton's
That's not
not
winning the
playing.
championship.
Middleton not playing.
He's not playing.
We're not
Okay,
talking with Middleton.
hold up.
See, now
For
he
one.
adds Middleton.
No,
Now he adds Middleton.
No, I'm not.
Now he
no,
adds
I'm not.
Middleton.
You guys are failing to understand me. This is
no,
fault.
you keep
no,
switching,
no, it's
bro.
not.
Let me know, guys.
No,
Let
it's
me know. Did
not.
we fail to
No,
understand him?
No. You guys are failing to understand me, and I'll tell you why.
killing me.
Because I am not talking about the playoff series right now.
Okay.
I'm,
Okay, so
I'm
I'm
off
off
that
it.
subject.
All right.
I'm talking about coming into this season. If you swap out Drew Holiday with Chris Paul, the Bucks can't win a championship with Chris Paul, Chris Middleton,
Well,
and Giannis.
they can because they have one of the best players
Would
in the
they
world.
not be favored in the East to win it?
I don't know about favorite. They'll be one of the
Is
top.
Chris Paul the 2 or Middleton?
Chris Paul's better than Middleton.
I know, but I'm saying for the Bucks, what he has to do, would you have Middleton or Chris Paul as your number 2?
Chris Paul.
Even though Middleton won a championship as the number 2 with
Chris
Giannis.
Paul initiates the offense, bro.
I understand,
He
but,
would
but
initiate the
Middleton
offense.
as the number
Wait,
2
but
won
him
and
the
that
championship. He
automatically
would just
makes
play a
him number
role.
2?
Yes.
He would play a
why?
role for Milwaukee, but you can make the argument Middleton would
So
still
let me
be
ask you:
the
Is
Robin
Devin
the number 2?
Is Devin
No, he
Booker the
wouldn't.
number
He'd
2?
be the second highest
Chris
scorer
Paul's
on that
better
team.
than Chris Paul's better than Chris Middleton.
Is Devin Booker the number 2?
If anything,
Is Devin Booker the number 2?
it's 1A, 1B. Phoenix is
fair.
1A, 1B. But Chris
Who's
Paul,
1A?
Chris Paul,
Devin Booker.
It's-
Devin Booker's the number
I
one
think
scoring option.
Devin Booker is the number 1 scoring option. Chris Paul's the number 1 playmaking option. In Milwaukee, Chris Paul would have the ball significantly more than Chris Middleton.
Yeah, for sure.
Who would be
Chris-
the number
what-
2 scoring
the
option?
point guard.
Chris
Middleton.
Middleton may be it on nights, but that's going to be a situation where there are going to be some nights where Chris Middleton has it going, and there's some nights where Chris Paul has it going, and
mean,
some nights where Giannis has it
we
going.
saw the playoffs.
The great thing about Chris Paul is that this is what we have to understand. He is a point guard. He is a floor general. He is somebody that on any given night, based on how the flow of the game is going, that's who he's going to go to. So if Chris Middleton's having a night, yes, it's Chris Middleton's night. But ultimately, if they're on a team, Chris Paul's the second best player on that team.
They lost by 30 in back-to-back games in the playoffs.
Versus the Mavs.
Yeah, I just want
It's
to let you know
Luka,
that.
man. It's Luka.
Nah,
He's different.
I get you. I just want to let you know that.
Was Game 7 only 30?
It ended up just being 30.
Oh, wow. They were down like 50 at one point.
Just wanted to give you
Think
that
it's
heads
Giannis, right? It's Giannis and they lost to the Celtics. It's Giannis, and they lost to the Celtics. It's Luka, and he beat the Suns.
Luka's a top 5 player.
No, that just should show you how good Boston actually is.
Giannis is the top 1
No,
player.
Boston is they have a great
That's
team.
a stingy ass defense. That Chris, I don't
but
know.
ultimately,
this
like I said, this all started because you said that you don't think you said Klay Thompson can win the championship as a second option
In his team, correct.
and you said you don't know if Chris Paul can. But if Chris Paul is on a team like Milwaukee and he's the second best player, he can win a championship with them, bro. That team can win a
I don't
championship.
disagree.
In 2022.
That's why this all started. So let's
But
not
it's
act
also,
like this
if
started because I
Chris
said
Paul
some
is
crazy
the,
shit.
is the number 2. Middleton's the 2B. Like, he's right there putting up numbers. It's not like Chris Paul has to be relied on as the number 2 scoring option. If he has to be the number 2 scoring option on a team, I don't know if they're going to win a championship.
no fucking shit.
No, you know what I'm
Hell
saying?
no.
Like,
They're gonna run into the Boston again, and defensively, what the fuck is he gonna do?
he'd be fucked against Boston.
I don't know
We're
what
too
we're doing
big.
here. Acting
He
like
could
Chris
guard
Paul's
Smart, and
20,
Smart's
30
I mean,
years old. Like
Chris Paul's strong,
Bro, honestly, like
this man was struggling against Dallas' defense.
The
What do you think
disrespect,
Boston's gonna
the
do?
disrespect you're putting on Chris Paul's defense right now is
asinine.
shameful. It's shameful.
I've watched better defenders struggle. That's why. Better, bigger, stronger defenders struggle.
But also, we know that as much as you can have a great defender on a certain offensive player, that offensive player, if he has it going, nothing's
Which
gonna
is
stop
why
him.
it's gonna look really bad for Chris Paul. Because if somebody has it on Drew Holiday, I can guarantee 1,000% they're gonna have even more fun on Chris Paul.
Who's a better defender, Drew Holiday or Andrew Wiggins?
Andrew Wiggins has the size, but Drew is a better perimeter defender. But that's a different matchup.
Jason Tatum.
Chris Paul ain't neither.
Andrew Wiggins had his way with Tatum.
Andrew Wiggins is 6'8" and jumps higher than Tatum. Chris Paul is neither of that.
I'm not saying that,
But
though.
you're trying to use it to try to help Chris Paul's
because
case.
you're not understanding what I'm
No,
saying.
I get what you're saying.
No, I do want to hear what he's saying
So,
because I'm under the same
If
assumption as you right now.
if you understand what I'm saying, what am I saying? What am I?
Andrew
gonna say?
Wiggins, you're saying because Andrew Wiggins doesn't have the size of Drew Holiday, he's still not a better defender. But Andrew Wiggins is a better matchup for Tatum because he's the same size.
That's not
he
what I was
jumps higher.
gonna say. No,
Well,
I'm
that's
curious.
what it is.
No,
That's not what I was going to say
saying?
at all. I was going to say that Tatum had it against Drew. Tatum didn't have it against Wiggins. Sometimes it's just a make or miss lead.
What did I just say?
That's exactly what he
That
said.
is exactly what I just said.
That's what I'm saying. King. I didn't know where you're. What else?
There is
no other route you could have gone.
No, there is no telling if Tatum would have it against Chris Paul, bro.
Huh?
On a switch. Chris Paul is a pest.
Oh my
He's
god,
a pest,
dude.
He's a pest.
What is Drew Holiday?
He's a pest too.
One of the best.
But Chris Paul's one of the greatest trash talkers. He gets in your head. There's so many intangibles that come with the game.
Stinks.
There's so many intangibles that come with the game that Chris Paul
Tatum would have struggled
has.
against Pat Bev.
Dallas
He would get in his head.
Pat Bev could probably make him struggle for a game, yeah.
Dallas
Why
did
wouldn't
made
he?
You're losing me, bro.
Dallas
Pat Bev is literally second in terms of defense field goal percentage in the NBA, and he's
You're losing
6'1".
me.
Dallas
and
put
he's
Chris
34
Paul
years old.
fans in
And
a
he's 34 years old.
chokehold.
And he's 34 years old.
Tatum is
Pat
6'10".
Bev is literally a
Cooking
top
him.
10 perimeter defender
Pat
in the
Bev
NBA.
don't have much
and he's
mileage on his
6'1".
legs, bro.
He's 34 years old.
He doesn't have much
And
mileage
Chris
like Chris
Paul
Paul.
takes care of his body.
But I'm saying he doesn't have much
got
mileage.
Chris Paul takes care of
Chris
his
Paul's
body.
always
Getting
hurt.
It's rough
He's
take,
been
too.
getting hurt.
What do you mean?
The
He's
last couple
vegan.
years he's been.
What do you mean?
He's been getting hurt, bro.
Dallas put Chris Paul fans in a
Stop it.
chokehold.
Stop.
They're in shambles right now.
Y'all get caught in this man's trap too often.
They're
It's
in
not a trap.
shambles,
All
bro.
I said was that Chris Paul as a second option, if he's paired with a top 5 player in the league, he can win the championship. Do you disagree with that?
In 2022,
That's not a fucking hot take.
In 2022.
So
What do you mean 2022? He was an all-star last year.
And the last we saw him, he was mid.
So that means he's going to be mid. You're projecting
playoffs?
Chris Paul to be mid this year.
I think he'll be.
I think he'll be a
Regular
good. He'll be a
season,
good
they'll
ball
be
player.
Regular season will be
Absolutely.
great, yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we don't care about regular season when it comes to
No
vets,
one-
bro. We don't
no
care.
one
We don't care.
cares.
We don't care. You know that. You shouldn't care. It's all about the
Exactly.
playoffs when it comes to the vets. He hasn't won one, so it's definitely about the playoffs.
He
It's
hasn't won one.
championship
He's
or
always
bust.
been the number 1 option on the team.
Always.
Yeah, pretty much.
The year that they went to the finals with the Suns, he was the number
It
one
was
option.
1A, 1B.
It was like
1A, 1B.
1A, 1B, bro.
But I keep,
Bro, why?
Devin Booker had 240 balls. Like I don't
Before
know.
Chris Paul, what the fuck were the Suns?
I mean,
Literally.
listen, they almost made the playoffs in the bubble.
Chris
when they
Paul
went
got
8-0.
there the very first year and made the finals. What are we talking
I
about?
gotta chill on that one.
Yeah.
The only year that Chris Paul wasn't the number 1 option was in Houston with James Harden. Every year of his career, where it's been the Hornets, the Clippers, the Suns, it's been a 1A or 1B kind of situation. Chris Paul has been the best player on his team. He's
facts.
never been able to be paired up with a top 5 guy in the league outside of Harden. And they almost took down Klay, Steph, KD, and Draymond.
Then the next year they choked.
Okay, they didn't have Trevor Ariza.
Can I ask you a question?